Your DAW or DAW likely comes with a decent EQ plugin or two, but sometimes you might want something a little different. Maybe you want to add some color to your tracks, or maybe you just want a different set of controls. So it's always nice to add some more EQ plugins to your library. I'm Zane from AudioTechTV.com, and continuing on with my best free VST plugins of 2020 series, today I'm looking at some of the best EQ plugins that you can get for free. And this list is in no particular order, and all of the links to the free VST plugins mentioned in this video are in the description along with timestamps. Now let's jump into the list, and first up on it is VHL3C from Black Rooster Audio. This one is based on a hardware unit from the 50s. It has a nice clean interface with 3 controls, making it very easy to use. You can get the VHL3C plugin on Windows and Mac. Next up is Coffee the Pun from Acustica Audio. This is a free Pultec style EQ and preamp plugin. Coffee the Pun is comprised of a 2-band equalizer combining a passive bass equalizer, an active treble section, and a germanium-based preamp. The sound is described as warm and sweet like you would expect from vintage gear. It's available on Windows and Mac. You must install it through the free Aquarius Assistant. The link is in the description. The next one is SonEQ from Sonimus. It's based on parts of various hardware units and combines them all together into one plugin. You get a 3-band equalizer, and you can select the frequency of each band. You also get a high pass and low pass filter, plus preamp stage with bass boost. You can get SonEQ on Mac and Windows. Up next is Luftikus from IKJB. Luftikus is also based on a hardware unit, and it provides some great features. In addition to the 5 fixed bands, you also get a high frequency boost where you can select the frequency that you want, plus you can turn the mastering mode on, and the dials become stepped, which some users may prefer. You also get the keep gain switch, which helps to keep the gain relatively the same. And you can use the trim knob to really dial in the levels the way you want them. You can get IKJB Luftikus on both Windows and Mac. Next on the list of best free EQ plugins is PTEq-X from Ignite Amps. This one is actually an emulation of 3 vintage hardware units. They've tried to recreate the signal path of the original analog circuits in order to match the original sound. If you're after vintage sound, give this one a try. You can get PTEq-X on Mac and Windows. Now, before I get into the next one, I just want to ask, if you're enjoying this video so far, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really does help my channel out, and I appreciate it so much. Now, next on the list is the SN04G from Sender Spike. This one is a 3-band hybrid channel EQ that also includes high and low pass filters. You can switch between American and British shelving units, and there's an optional analog mode that you can enable or disable. Plus many more features in this one. At the moment, it's only available on Windows, but there are plans to create a Mac version in the future. This next one is a mouthful. It's RSW2395C, free neoclassic Backs and All EQ from Fuse Audio Labs. As the name suggests, this is a classic Backs and All style EQ, and this style of EQ can be a little more gentle and forgiving compared to some more modern pro EQs. The controls are pretty straightforward, and they allow you to really contour your sound easily. You can get this plugin on Mac and Windows. Next up is Slick EQ from Tokyo Dawn Records. This is a very easy to use and great sounding EQ plugin that can be used in pretty much any situation. I personally use this one all the time. In my opinion, this one should be in everyone's plugin library, and you can get Slick EQ on Windows and Mac. Next on the list is Blindfold EQ from Audio Thing. This one is interesting. It has 4 bands, but each knob has no indicators to let you know what you're adjusting. The idea is to get you to EQ by ear and not by eye. It's a great sounding EQ and a cool idea. You can get Blindfold EQ on Mac and Windows. Now, if you want to check out even more free VST plugins, click up here, or click down here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch next. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching for Simple Green Tech. I'm Zane, keep creating, and we'll talk soon.